Hey there, welcome to Basic Trigonometry. Alright, so if we get started here, to remember the operations that we use, we can remember the mnemonic SOHCAHTOA, and that will also tell us all the equations that we use. So SOHCAHTOA tells us that sine equals opposite over hypotenuse, cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent equals opposite over adjacent. Sorry I did that a bit quickly, that's quite a bit to absorb, so we're going to go through and solve some problems. So I've solved this first one here, okay? So it says find the opposite side using the sine ratio. So we know from SOHCAHTOA that sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. So if we take, using this angle, the opposite side, because it's opposite from the angle right here, we don't know it, and the hypotenuse, which we gave 10, and our angle is 45 degrees. So we do sine of 45 degrees, which is the amount of our angle, equals our opposite side, which we don't know, over 10, which is our hypotenuse length, and then to isolate this variable we multiply by 10 on both sides, and it gives us our answer. Alright, so next one, find the adjacent side using the cosine ratio. So if we use the cosine ratio, cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So working with this angle, this is our opposite side, so this is our adjacent, and we don't know what it is, and there's our hypotenuse, and we gave 10 degrees to the angle, so cosine of 10 degrees, because that's the degree of our angle, equals adjacent, we don't know, over hypotenuse, 14. So to isolate our variable, we multiply by 14 on both sides. Cosine of 10 equals, multiply by 14, 13.787 is the length of the adjacent side. Find the opposite sides using the tangent ratio. So we know from SOHCAHTOA that tangent equals opposite over adjacent. So tangent of, we're working with this angle here, 15 degrees, so 15 equals opposite, which is right over here because it's opposite the angle, we don't know, so opposite over adjacent, 17. So now isolate the variable, multiply by 17 on both sides. Tangent of 15 multiplied by 17 equals 4.555. Do these at home just to check that you're able to follow along with me, because in the next video it gets a little more complicated. Alright, so now we are using the cosine ratio, cosine ratio. So cosine, oh sorry, I forgot to give degrees to these angles, so 15 and let's say 40. Okay, so cosine of 10, because that's the degree of the angle, equals adjacent 15 over hypotenuse. Uh-oh, what do we do? This time our variable is on the bottom, so we basically just swap these two around, okay, and that works out by saying to isolate the variable we'd want to multiply by our variable on both sides and then divide by cosine of 10. That's why, but it's easier to just say swap. So if we do 15 divided by the cosine of 10, we get 15.231 equals our hypotenuse. Okay? Sine of this triangle here, so sine ratio of 15 degrees, okay, equals opposite to over hypotenuse. Once again, switch these two guys around. 2 divided by, open bracket, sine of 15 equals 7.727 equals the length of the hypotenuse. Once again, except this time with the tangent ratio, tan of 40, oh sorry, we'll just separate those two. Tan of 40 degrees equals opposite 20 over adjacent question mark. Once again, swap these two guys around. So 20 divided by, open bracket, tangent of 40, close bracket, equals 23.835 equals the length of the adjacent sides. So go through these at home, see if you understand, because in the next one we will learn, you will see when to use the reverse